Well, hello, students, and welcome to Psych223, your statistics and psychology course, the research course. I am Professor Cox, and I'll be with you these next 8 weeks. Uh, Most people are a little bit nervous when it comes to taking this course, and I understand that. Quite well, believe me. Statistics always uh, made me a little bit nervous too. But if you stick with me, I will bring you through this course. The most important thing to do is to pay attention, read my announcements, read all my notes, read all of my uh, words to you in the discussions and in the assignments, and you'll be okay. Now, I want you to feel free to contact me during my normal office hours, which are in your announcements. I love to hear from my students, so don't be afraid to call me either. I found that students who do contact me usually make it a lot better, a lot easier uh, once they get the answers they need. So feel free to call me. Uh, Email me, whatever you want to do. Whenever you get stuck or whenever you are confused, give me a call. Now, let's go over a little bit of what I can do to help you make this course a little bit easier. I've been with Southern New Hampshire University for quite a few years now and have taught this course many, many times. So I know the little things that can make it easier for you and some of the things you're not going to find in your book. The little secrets that I know that will help you out. Okay, let's get started here now. Let's take assignments. I do grade strictly by the assignment rubric and SNHU policies. Read your announcements before you submit your work and make sure that you're on time and are complete in your work. One thing about assignments, you can't submit them to me in email. They have to be in the Dropbox or they can't be graded. So make sure that you submit them properly as they're supposed to be. For your discussions, make sure that your initial discussion is in by Thursday of each week. Make sure that you have at least 2 peer responses each week. And the most important part here is to make sure that they are substantial posts. A substantial post is the most important thing to your grade in discussions. What do we mean by substantial? Well, a good post is normally about 2 paragraphs in length. That's just a guide for you to go by. Add new information to your peers' discussion answer. Don't simply say, oh, I like your answer. Thank you for answering me. I agree with you, this sort of thing. Have a discussion. Remember that in online learning, over 70% of all your course learning takes place in these discussions. So get down into it, go into depth, add new information, bring it in from your text. Always cite your text. Always bring in something from your text in a discussion. That's the main thing. Then bring in other things from other reputable outside sources. Remember, Wikipedia is not a reputable outside source. Don't use Wikipedia. It can be changed so easily by just about anyone. Uh, let's see, you can ask questions of your peers, but now if you ask a question, have at least 3 sentences of why that question and its answer is important to know to you. Don't just throw in a question or a bunch of questions like I've seen before and have your peers to answer them. That won't work. Make sure you discuss why that question is important. So be substantial, add new information. Um, Try to promote discussion in your discussions. That's what it's all about. Announcements. Make sure every day that you check my announcements. That's very, very important. A lot of times I will give you information that will make your assignment a lot easier. Maybe there'll be a change that I want you to make that will help you, be better for you. Those announcements are extremely important. They also have information about what Southern New Hampshire may want you to know that has just came up too. So check those announcements. They're extremely important. In feedback, I will always give you feedback on your assignments and discussions. Now, you may not have feedback personally to you on every discussion, but notice what I say to other students or you, whatever's in there. My remarks are very important in those discussions because I'll be teaching you things that you may have missed during that week. I'll be asking you questions that will relate to your final project. These things are all very important. If I ask you a question in your discussion, be sure that you answer my question because this is a learning situation. I'm trying to get you to see and to understand something. So that's very, very important. Now, normally students look at statistics as a math course. This isn't exactly what you might think. This is a research course. Yes, there is some mathematics to it. Statistics, mathematics, statistical mathematics, I guess you'd say this is like a specialized mathematics, but it's not difficult. The main thing I want to see is that you understand the theory behind what you are trying to find out. That's the most important thing in statistics and in research is the theory. Some of your answers may not be right on the money, that you may be off a little bit in your numbers. I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried, like I say, that you understand what is in that lesson. So that's the most important. Now let's take a few of the things that I'll be looking for. A lot of the questions that come up that I can answer right now that will help you. No, you cannot use StatCrunch. You must use Microsoft Excel. That's not my rules. That's Southern New Hampshire, and they want you to understand how to use Microsoft Excel. One thing, sometimes students will ask me to look over their assignment before they turn it in. That's unethical. I cannot do that. It's like me giving you your answer and then turning around and trying to grade it. So make sure that you hand in the information, that hand in your assignment, that you've done the best job that you can on. You've got all your questions already answered. Put together your assignment, stick it in a Dropbox, and then I'll look over it, I'll critique it, and I'll grade it for you. Remember, everything in this course, your discussions or your announcements are in APA format. That you'll find that in, I believe it's your student guide, that, and also you'll find it in your first quiz, that SNHU expects you to have everything submitted in proper APA style. Now that includes in this course. In your assignments, you need a cover page, a proper cover page. You'll have your body of the paper. All but 2 assignments in this course are short paper assignments. You don't number them. The paragraph, the questions you get, don't number them except in those 2 particular ones that I'll let you know ahead of time. Put it in a paper format. You'll have in-text citings that match those references at the end of your paper. And those citings and references must be in proper APA format. If you have questions about APA, I've included some places where you can go to look at it, but also your SNHU library will help you with your APA. If you want to check with them before you submit an assignment, they'll take care of it for you. They'll help you with it, any problems you might have. So submit it properly, because those are lost points if it's not done correctly. So make sure you're in proper APA format and everything matches up, done correctly. Your final project is extremely important for your APA format, which you'll learn more about later on. In your discussions, I want you to be sure that you cite both in text and reference your text within that answer somewhere. A lot of students will try to just breeze through that discussion with an answer that sounds good. Don't do that. Have something from your text that backs up what you're trying to say, and then cite it and reference. Every single discussion, even your first one, will have something cited and referenced. So remember that. That's extremely important. Okay, there are no resubmissions on any assignments in this course. You've got to do it right the first time. This is a research course, and you're actually doing a type of research with the project that you'll be working on. So it's got to be right. There's no makeup work. There's no uh, uh, extra work, extra credit work. There's no resubmissions in this course, so remember that. Do it right the first time. If you have questions, call me or check with the library, check with IT if you're having a computer problem, whatever. But so make sure you're right before you try to submit your work, because there are no resubmissions. If you're having trouble with your computer, this is an online class and you're expected to have a working computer in all your online access has to be right. Not having computer or online access is not an excuse in online learning. You can always go somewhere to get your internet access, even McDonald's. You can go to get the internet access. You've got to have a working computer and have your internet set up. If you're having problems with your computer, I can't help you. This is an IT problem. You can call IT and they can go right into your computer and they can help you with that. They're used to just about every problem that you can think of. They're going to help you with it, and they'll get you straightened out. So don't ask for extra time. Get it right away. Make sure you're set up. Start working on your assignments early in the week so you have plenty of time. Remember that everything must be submitted by midnight of the week that it's due. Now that is midnight your time, except for the first week. The first week, everything must be submitted Eastern Standard Time, midnight Eastern Standard Time in your first week. And make sure that you have something submitted in that first week that is gradable, because it will notify the registrar that you have not participated in your first week, and you could be removed from the class. So make sure that you do have something gradable in. A good thing is always to have your Thursday discussion answer in, and you pretty well got covered. So remember that. Plagiarism is something that I have run into quite a bit in the universities lately for some odd reason. Turnitin is a program that will catch any plagiarized work. Now, there are two kinds of plagiarism. One, of course, is outright plagiarism, where the student has copied their assignment or discussion or whatever from someplace and claimed it as their own. There's also such a thing called a self-plagiarism. If you have already submitted work somewhere, that's logged. And if you don't cite even yourself as having that work being done, that's plagiarized. So if you state any fact whatsoever, back it up with proper format and it won't show up as plagiarism. Anything that could possibly be someone else's work, a quote, whatever, make sure that you have referenced that and it won't kick up as plagiarism, because Turnitin will pick up plagiarism, believe me. When you see your plagiarism score, try to keep it under 14%. And you'll be pretty well taken care of. If I go in and see that maybe one of the mistakes was that you haven't properly cited something that I know that you would normally have done, I'll understand and won't look at that as plagiarized work. Now, if you do submit plagiarized work, it's an automatic 0, and it's turned into the student affairs, who will perform an investigation, and it will go on from there, and it goes on your permanent record. So don't plagiarize. Use your own words, use your own work. This, even if it's a student from way back there, believe me, Turnitin will pick it up. So be very, very careful. Anytime there's 4 words together in a sentence that have been used somewhere else, Turnitin looks at it and can very well determine that it's plagiarized. So be very careful about that. I know sometimes students accidentally do something, and that's I look at that and consider it. In your assignments, do not write the directions in your assignments, because that will kick up that plagiarism score, and you'll be way out of the ballpark. So do not, in your papers, do not write the questions in the assignments and then your answer under the questions. Don't do that. That's very, very important. Okay, be sure that you understand the late work policy. I go strictly by that late work policy of SNHU. I'm required to do that. If you are having problems that you definitely can't get an assignment in, check out your late work policy, and you'll see where you can contact me under certain circumstances, and I can give you some extra time. So be careful with that. Always check your grading rubric. I will put information in there of why you got the grade that you did. It could be good or bad, of course. Make sure that you understand what I'm trying to say. If you don't, call me and we'll talk about it. There are assignments which you may get a straight out F on and you didn't realize, you just don't understand, you thought you were right. Look at my, or a low mark, let's not say an F, I hope you know. If you get a low mark, look at my directions, look to see if you followed the course SNHU directions, look to see if you looked at my rubric remarks, and you'll understand what happened. So that is basically I guess the rules of the room, if you want to say. If you have questions, I always want you to contact me. Again, you'll see my contact office hours in your announcements. I'd love to hear from my students, and your success in this course truly is my main concern. I'll do everything I can to help you, and I'm wide open to my students and what they need. So I wish you the best of luck. Contact me if you need help, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you. And I believe that you'll have a very, very good and interesting course. So long for now.